Hello everybody and welcome to the Milwaukee Mile for the Craftsman Truck Series playoffs opener here, the NR2003. Grant Enfinger's on pole alongside Christian Eckes. They this to the green flag here in Milwaukee. We are underway here in the great state of Wisconsin. Who will bring home the victory today here in Milwaukee? Will a playoff driver lock their spot into the round of 8 with a win? Or will someone like a Grant Enfinger, a non-playoff driver, come through and get a win? We will see there. At the front is Christian Eckes, though, who has cleared Grant Enfinger for the lead down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Eckes looking to take the lead early here and find his way into the round of 8 once again. With a win here early in this initial round of 10. So Eckes will lead the opening lap of racing here in Milwaukee, but Grant Enfinger still lurking right there in second. Behind them, you got Ty Majeski, Corey Heim duking it out for third place, still side by side throughout the field here. See playoff contender Spencer Boyd. He's the only truck I forgot to put the red spoiler and splitter on, but he's a playoff contender. He's all the way at the back. Daniel Dye struggling early. Tyler Ankrum, Taylor Gray, Chase Purdy, Roger Caruth trying to work their way up into the top 10 and get some track position. Meanwhile, at the front of this field is Christian Eckes leading, but Enfinger is right on that back bumper. Majeski is also right there. Eckes leads the way early here in Milwaukee. Now we move on to lap number 9. Early cautions. We got to restart. Eckes on the inside. Enfinger on the outside gets a great restart. Almost clear of Eckes already into 1 and 2. Eckes forcing his way to the inside of Enfinger. We're going to be side by side for the lead here. Coming down the back straightaway. Enfinger on the outside. Eckes now coming back on that bottom line of the racetrack. Of course, Enfinger, the first truck to miss the playoffs by just like 13 or 16 points to Nick Sanchez, who did get that final spot in the playoffs, but Enfinger's had a disastrous last couple of races at IRP in Richmond, which threw away his playoff hopes. But here comes Christian Eckes on the inside, who's your regular season champion. He's been one of the best alongside Heim all year long and is now taking the lead away from Grant Enfinger 1 and 2. But look at the run on the outside lane. Enfinger able to keep it there right on the outside of Eckes. Enfinger, of course, won this race in real life last year. Got the victory there when he was in playoff contention. Enfinger comes down and blocks Eckes. Eckes forces his way back on the inside, and we continue to have a great side-by-side battle for the lead here in Milwaukee. Enfinger and Eckes side-by-side coming line. Eckes gonna just edge him out to lead that lap. Enfinger still right there in second. They're side-by-side for third with Heim and Sawalich behind them. Can Enfinger prevail over Eckes here? Eckes has been giving it his all to just keep right there with Enfinger. Enfinger gets a really good run and exit at turn 2. And that might be all she wrote here. Enfinger gonna come down the track and he is going to clear Christian Eckes. Enfinger to the lead here in stage 1 in Milwaukee. Now all the way on to lap 33. About 11 to go in stage 1. Enfinger coming to lap playoff contender Spencer Boyd. Of course, if you remember, Spencer Boyd won our season opener at Daytona. That's how he got into the playoffs. And now he's being lapped in the playoff opener by Grant Enfinger in the first 33 laps. Because, of course, we all know he's just, filling a spot and he'll be more than likely knocked out in this first round, but we will see. Now Spencer Boyd gets put 1 lap down by Grant Enfinger, who now is working on Norm Benning. Now the last lap of stage 1 here in Milwaukee for Enfinger, who's got a nice comfortable lead, down now to just 26 trucks on the lead lap, as Enfinger just put Dexter Beans, number 02, a lap down, and Enfinger's driving away with a nice 2-second lead over Ty Majeski, cruising to a stage victory. Enfinger clearly the best truck out there today, looking to bring home the early stage 1 victory. Now, wouldn't it be ironic, though, if he ended up winning this race after just missing out in the playoffs, being the first guy out after the regular season finale at Richmond a couple of weeks ago, as Grant Enfinger wins stage 1 in dominating fashion in Milwaukee. Majeski second, Eckes third, Sanchez fourth. Then Corey Heim comes through to take 5th. Sammy Smith in 6th, William Sawalich 7th, Honeycutt, Lane Riggs, and Garcia the rest of the top 10. So playoff drivers Majeski, Eckes, Sanchez, and Heim get points, but Enfinger is your stage winner. So top 4 seeds continue to cushion themselves above that cut line. Now back underway here in stage number 2 on lap 49. Grant Enfinger on the inside of Ty Majeski. Restarts the outside lane. Enfinger, a great restart right there. Majeski trying to keep pace on the outside lane. There gets a good run here through 1 and 2. Majeski with the advantage going down the back straightaway. Majeski now trying to lead his first laps of the day here in Milwaukee. He is clear for the race lead. Majeski takes the lead away from Enfinger here at his home track in Milwaukee. Can Majeski get the hometown win? This would, of course, lock him into the round of 8 once again, as Majeski's on a hot streak on these short tracks lately with speed. Majeski leads here in Milwaukee. A few laps later, Enfinger has now taken the lead back from Majeski on lap 53. Enfinger, just the fastest truck in Wisconsin right now. He is flying as he's ahead of time. Majeski, Eckes is there. Sanchez, Heim trying to get some position. So a caution. I couldn't find out why, but a caution came out again So now we're going to restart here on lap 94. It's going to be Majeski and Enfinger side by side for the race lead once again. Eckes, Sanchez, and Sawalwitz, the rest of the top 5. Enfinger easily clears Majeski down the back straightaway. Enfinger once again showing that speed. Clear for the lead here late in stage 2. Now on the last lap of stage 2, it's still Enfinger dominating, looking to bring home the stage sweep here in Milwaukee. Eckes is trying to hold off Corey Heim for a second. Of course, your two point leaders who've been the best all season long, Eckes and Corey Heim, once again showing that pace here, second and third in Milwaukee, but they just don't have anything for Grant Enfinger, who has been the best truck here and has been dominating this race, about to sweep the stages. This would be his first 2 stages of the season. He hasn't won a stage all year long until now. Grant Enfinger wins stage 2 and sweeps the stages here in Milwaukee. Eckes, Heim, Sawalwitz, Sanchez the top 5, Majeski 6th, Purdy 7th, Garcia, Tanner Gray, and Craftsman denies Raja Caruth that last stage point. So Eckes, Heim, Sanchez, Majeski continue to cushion themselves, and Chase Purdy gets a good couple of points as Enfinger sweeps the stages here in dominating fashion here at Milwaukee. Eckes gets a little bit of a nose ahead of Enfinger to lead at the line. Behind is Heim and Sawalwitz. Made some contact there in that restart with each of their Heim's right front and Sawalwitz's left front fender there. But Enfinger clear for the lead once again, easily driving by Christian Eckes down the back stretch. And he's driving right now. Caution has come out. It's another restart here. Now this time with just 54 laps to go. Does Corey Heim on the outside to Grant Enfinger? Can Corey Heim prevail into the lead? No, Enfinger just so good on the bottom. As we look further back to the field, Christian Eckes, something happened to him. Eckes now been shuffled all the way back to the back end of the lead lap, and the 19 has got to drive back through traffic because we're 3 wide here, going to 3 and 4. That's Crafton, Sammy Smith, and Caden Honeycutt going 3 wide for a spot right here inside the top 10. Honeycutt looks like he's going to prevail. They barely make it through that without wrecking. So we stay green there. Now Enfinger prevailing on the inside of Corey Heim into 1 and 2. Heim trying to keep it there on the outside lane, just doesn't have the speed. And Grant Enfinger continues to pull away with the race lead. And now we move on here to Lane Riggs and Roger Caruth made contact, and around goes Lane Riggs into Caruth. Caution is out. So caution came up as Riggs spun and collected Roger Caruth. Huge playoff implications for the 71. No stage points all day. Could not afford an incident like that. So now he's in trouble. 25 to go. Majeski clearing Enfinger on the restart. Bailey Curry ended up retiring from the race, so Curry will DNF in 36th place, our only one so far. Majeski now, can he pull away from Grant Enfinger and hold on to this race lead? This would be huge. Be the first one to unseat Enfinger for a substantial time, for substantial distance in a long time in this race. That's Eckes early on, but now here comes Enfinger, just so good through 3 and 4. Swing back to the inside of Majeski into 1 and 2. Enfinger, look at that speed, makes Majeski make a mistake, go up the racetrack, and now Enfinger going to be side by side trying to take that lead back away from Majeski. Majeski way too high up the racetrack there, and Enfinger easily right back into the lead where he's been all race long. Corey Heim as well trying to capitalize, get into second. How about Chase Purdy back there? He's driven up to 4th now. That's 77, having a really impressive performance in his first ever playoff race here at Milwaukee. As Enfinger leads the way with 24 to go. Now on here, 16 to go in the race. Enfinger pulling away from Corey Heim and Ty Majeski in the closing laps. You got Purdy, Sanchez racing for position further back in the pack. Ben Rhodes, Tyler Ankrum really pushing the limits of the track, going way up the racetrack into the wall goes Ben Rhodes. Ankrum, and there here comes Dean Thompson, contacted around goes the 5. Thompson spins in front of the pack, a little bit of contact with Connor Jones. In comes Brett Holmes, Arca breaks, huge hit there. Ty Dillon T-bones Brett Holmes. Justin Carroll gets a piece of Ty Dillon. I think it's drilled, but I believe, yes, that's Spencer Boyd, one of our playoff contenders involved. As here it was Ankrum and Ben Rhodes, too aggressive fighting each other. Dean Thompson didn't see them there. Comes up huge contact. Then Brett Holmes drills him and then gets slammed by Ty Dillon. A hard collision, who just gets the nose clip by Justin Carroll and then slammed into by Spencer Boyd, who will be our only playoff driver to DNF here. Will be the 76 of Spencer Boyd with heavy damage. Justin Carroll is out. That truck is heavily damaged as well. So Enfinger will lead, and now we have a restart here with just 11 laps to go here in Milwaukee, and a ton of trucks out from that incident We got Norm Benning as well as Justin Carroll, the 44, Matthew Gould. Spencer Boyd, of course, out in 31st. Ty Dillon, 30th. Brett Holmes, 29th, leaving 28 trucks in the race. Corey Heim, by the way, just cleared Grant Enfinger for the lead on this restart. And Corey Heim now trying to pull away and steal this win from Grant Enfinger and lock himself into the round of 8 with a dub, which would be huge for that 11 team to get him that slight edge over Christian Eckes. I mean, you take what you can get. They just need to get those points to get to the championship 4. But Enfinger is still right there in the back of Corey Heim. Now a few laps later, coming to 8 laps to go this time by. Here comes Enfinger to the inside. He makes Corey Heim go high like he did on Majeski on the last restart. And here comes the 9 of Enfinger to the inside. And back to the race lead goes Enfinger with 8 laps to go in Milwaukee. He powers ahead of Corey Heim into turn 1. Majeski now under fire from Nick Sanchez for 3rd. Sanchez trying to force his way up here into a better finishing position. You know, every point matters for these playoff drivers, especially with Bristol coming up in a few weeks. That's going to be a chaotic race as Enfinger still holding the lead, but here comes Corey Heim with 3 to go, coming to 2 to go this time by Heim. A very good entry right there, and a good exit to 3 and 4, still within range of Enfinger. 2 laps to go in Milwaukee. Can Grant Enfinger hang on and bring home his first win of the season? Corey Heim charging in second, trying to take that spot away to win his way into the round of 8, but I just don't think he's got the pace or the time to go do it. He doesn't seem to have the grip. Enfinger now driving away, extending that gap now as they go through 3 and 4, coming to the white flag this time by. Playoff drivers run 2nd through 5th, but it is Enfinger who is the first one out, who is leading, coming to the white flag. Final lap presented by Credit One Bank here in Milwaukee for Grant Enfinger in the 9, looking to win and get redemption for just missing out in the playoffs for the 2nd year in a row, being the first truck to miss it here in 2003. He's driven away from Corey Heim and Ty Majeski now by almost half a second into 3 and 4 for the final time. He's going to complete a dominant performance, leading the most laps, winning stage 1, winning stage 2, and now winning the race. Grant Enfinger wins at Milwaukee. Corey Heim comes home 2nd. Ty Majeski, Sanchez, and Eckes around the top 5. Sammy Smith 6th. Chase Purdy 7th. William Sawalich 8th. Lane Riggs and Jake Garcia round out your top 10. You see Daniel Dye there just outside the top 10, as well as Taylor Gray, Tyler Ankrum, and then Raja Karuth ends up finishing 1 lap down in 23rd after that crash. Big mistake from him. So Enfinger gets his 10th career victory here at the Milwaukee Mile. Even though he's not playoff eligible, he does get a win at least in this season, denying any playoff driver locking themselves into the next round. But certainly the main couple of guys who are up front all day long will have pretty good points cushion. So Enfinger the winner here in Milwaukee. Now look at your final race results. Of course, Enfinger with the win. Corey Heim, Ty Majeski, Nick Sanchez, Christian Eckes, those 4 in the top 5 all had very good points days, points in both stages. Top 5 finishes for them. They should be really good above the cut line. Chase Purdy, very impressive playoff debut, coming home 7th and getting stage 2 points. So that will help him out. Daniel Dye, a recovery drive from being 22nd early in this race to 13th. Taylor Gray runs on the top 15, and Tyler Ankrum down in 17th. Of course, Raja Karuth with that crash finishes a lap down in 23rd, and Spencer Boyd wrecks out in 31st, putting himself even further behind than he already was coming into the round. Now you look at your updated playoff grid. 2 races remain in the round of 10. We got Bristol and Kansas, so it'll probably be like another month before we see a truck race. But Eckes and Corey Heim almost already a full race of the good. Majeski, Sanchez all looking really comfortable at more than 30 of the good. Chase Purdy up plus 20. As long as he doesn't get any wrecks, I think he should be okay to advance. Then Daniel Dye now above the cut line by 7. Then Tyler Ankrum and Taylor Gray sit tied on the bubble, both 5 points above Raja Karuth, who with that incident now falls below the cut line and has some work to do to get back above that cut line. Then Spencer Boyd is, of course, now 17 points below the cut line in that 10th spot. So that's how the playoff grid looks after our opener in Milwaukee. And now before we end the episode, as always, I give a shout out to my channel members. So thank you, Jeremy Isley. I appreciate you being a member. I appreciate the support. If any of you want to become members as well, you can click the link down below in the description or hit the join button and you can get access to exclusive perks. So until the next episode, I hope you all have a good one.